Yo, what's up guys, it's Lun-Gi. So today I'll be showing you a Silent Forces deck profile. So this is Silent Forces post Legacy of Destruction, using the new Ritual Monster and the new Continuous Spell card. It really ups the deck's ceiling and allows you to make more summons during your opponent's turn as well. So let's quickly take a look at the deck, and then we'll take a look at a brand new combo that I cooked up for you guys. So first up, we've got 3 copies of Low. All right, so 3 copies of Low, very much standard in the deck. And then we have 3 copies of Diviner, also standard in the deck. Then we've got 3 copies of Saphira, again standard. 1 copy of Old Man. All right, so that's it for the engine monsters. And then we have our rituals. So we've got 2 copies of Soravis, 2 copies of Skull Guardian, still standard stuff. And then we've got the new ritual, Saphira. Alright, so if you don't know what it does, during the turn it's ritual summon, right? If you have Low in the graveyard or on the field, you can draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. And then during the battle phase, if your opponent attacks, you can randomly discard a card from your opponent's hand. And then also it can add a light monster during like the end phase, so you can use one of its effects. It's mostly useful for like digging for more cards, which is very much needed in this version of the deck. And then the last spice is Ben 10. So Ben 10 is needed to search for Diviner for the very nice combo I will be showing you guys after the deck profile. So very much needed. You don't need more than 1, because ritual monsters don't really do anything in your hand, so you don't really want to be bricking, and you can also just search it out anyways. Alright, so then for the last 3 monsters in the engine, 1 Trias standard, 1 Bhutan, and 1 Magnamut. Alright, so why play Bhutan? Bhutan's needed for the combo to summon a bunch of synchros. So I'll show you why you need him, because you can summon him from the deck with Diviner, and then you can combine him with Trias, and then you can make a level 10 synchro monster. And then Magnamut. So Magnamut is very good because he can search Soravis or can search Saphira. So this version of the deck needs like as much like search power as possible, because you want to be making a bunch of like combos to make really strong fields. So Magnamut being a disruption and a searcher, very nice, and is a pretty high level as well, so useful for ritual summons. So that's it for the monsters. And then we've got the hand traps. We've got Ghost Spell. Ghost Spell useful against a bunch of the top decks. Can help stop a puppet lock against like branded, and also protects your graveyard monsters from being banished from like by steals, and can also stop Snake Eyes Flamberg from summoning back Snake Eyes from the graveyard. So 3 Bell, preferring 3 Bell over like 3 Nibiru, because Nibiru is not really good in this mirror match, and it's kind of dead against a bunch of other decks as well. So it's in the side deck instead of the main deck. And then last hand trap, 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, just good generically against a bunch of stuff. And then for the spell cards, so spell card, we got 3 copies of our continuous spell card standard, and then only 1 copy of the new one. It doesn't really do anything if you don't have your engine running, so you only need the 1 copy to activate straight from the deck. And then of course the on theme ritual spell card, still only playing 2 copies of it. Plenty of ways to get to it if you need it. Then obviously we have 3 copies of pre-preparation of rites. Standard, pretty standard. And then non-standard is 3 copies of preparation of rites. So this can search for Ben 10, this can search for Cerebus, this can search for all of your ritual monsters, while also getting back a ritual spell card from the graveyard. So yeah, so this card really helps like increase your ceiling. And since you can search for Ben 10, it will allow you to have more access to Diviner, which means that you can go for your synchro plays more often as well. So 3 copies of Pip Rights, and on top of that, it's not a hard once per turn, which is pretty broken. Then the last 3 cards, we've got 1 for 1, Cool Buy for Jordan Lockbird, and then we've got our themed trap cards. Right, so that is it for the main deck. No prosperity or extravagance, because if you're playing the new Saphira, it draws you cards. Yeah, new first Saphira, it draws you cards. So those cards are pretty much dead, and I'd rather just like dig for more cards using this card, because you can use it on your turn and the opponent's turn if you ritual summon it. Now for the extra deck. Alright, so we've got Lun-Gi-Oh, Enema. We've got Secure Gardener. So Secure Gardener allows you to ritual summon twice if you open with the new spell card, and it's good for like a bunch of like combos using the new continuous spell card, because you'll summon Lun-Gi-Oh to get the low in the graveyard. You'll use your continuous spell card to add it to your hand, and then you'll use Lun-Gi-Oh as material to summon Secure Gardener, which is a non-ritual monster, which will allow you to use the low as ritual material, and then you'll summon your ritual monster that way. So that's pretty nice. And then we have our Light Charmer, good in the mirror match. 1 copy of SP, double Dynamondo. You definitely need 2 copies of it for like any grindy games. Right, 1 copy of Stellar Nemesis, 1 Intus, 1 Marching Metal Marcher. So this is useful for going for like level 10 synchro. So if you use Marcher, you can use your Diviner and your low to make him, and then you can use his effect to summon back either one of your hand traps, and then you can make 2 level 10 synchros, or you can summon back the Diviner if you want it on the field to be used with like Trias Hierarchia or something. So yeah, very useful for those kind of combos. 1 Herald of the Arclight, and then we have our high level synchros. We've got Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon, Baron de Fleur, Chaos Angel, and then we have our Disparter, useful for the synchro combos. Alright, so that's it for the main and the extra deck. So now let's take a look at the combo. For this combo, you need any combination of low and the continuous spell card, or you need Saphira, or you need pre-preparation of rights, and then you need either Diviner or preparation of rights. So any of many 3-card combinations in the deck to do this combo, but I'll just show you with these like specific cards. Right, so we've got the 3 cards, and then we've got the hand traps or the non-engine cards. Alright, so you can start this off by normal summoning Diviner. Use Diviner's effect, and then you can send Trios to the graveyard. Right, so we're starting off with Diviner because with this particular hand, you kind of lose to Ash, because if you activate this and they Ash you, then you don't actually have any way to ritual summon. So you want to go for Diviner. If they have like Imperm, they're probably not going to Imperm Diviner, because you could have this in your hand, or you could have Cerebus in your hand, so they'll likely just like use Ash Blossom on it. But even if they do like Imperm it, it's kind of fine, and you can just use this to do some other combo if they don't have Ash in hand as well. But anyway, we'll start with this. We'll send Trios to the graveyard. Right, so next we'll activate our continuous spell card. We'll use its effects, and then we'll add Saphira to the hand. We'll use her effects. We'll send the Riches Spell to the graveyard, and then we'll add our Skull Guardian to the hand. So next we'll use Saphira's graveyard effect, right? So we'll banish her, and then we will ritual summon by using low, and then we'll ritual summon Skull Guardian. So we'll make Skull Guardian first, low second, summon low back, then Skull Guardian will search for the new Saphira ritual monster, and then low trigger on the field to activate the new continuous spell card. Right, so next you'll activate Trius, and then you'll tribute Diviner, summon Trius, and then Diviner will trigger, and then you'll summon a Booten from the deck. Very, very old card. So it's a level 1 fairy tuner monster, and its only effect is in the graveyard. It can banish, and then it can make one of your level 4 lower fairy monsters a tuner. So it allows you to actually summon multiple synchros. So summon Booten from the deck. Alright, so now we'll use Trius and Booten to make Baron de Fleur. Alright, so now we have a negate on board. So what we'll do is we'll banish Booten, and then we'll make low a tuner, and then we will make Exile Synchro Stardust Dragon. Alright, so we'll use his effect, and we will summon back our Diviner, and then we will use them as material, and then we will summon Disparter from the deck. Right, so now we'll use Disparter's effect, and we can actually summon back the Booten. So if we do that, that'll allow us to actually make synchro summons like on a later turn by using low, or we can simply just summon back the Trius. Right, so we can summon back the Trius, or we could summon back our Saphira. So this time we'll just summon back the Trius. Summon back the Trius. Now we will. Before you do that, you activate your continuous spell card. You add back the low, and then you will summon back the Trius, and then we will trigger our continuous spell card because a non-ritual monster was summoned. So we'll use low as material, and then we will summon new Saphira. So then we will trigger her effect. We'll get to 2, 1, 2. And then we have to discard one of the cards. We can simply discard Ash since we have another one in hand. And then we can link them away into. Alright, so we can link them away into our Dynamondo. Alright, so with this combo, you can actually play through Nibiru because you have Skull Guardian on the field, and when you summon Baron de Fleur, Skull Guardian is still on the field. So even when you use it as synchro material afterwards, you can just negate Nibiru with Baron de Fleur. And if you do that, you can actually use Baron de Fleur in the standby phase, your opponent's turn, and then you can summon back either this, or you can even summon back your Skull Guardian because its level is low enough. So yeah, even if you force out a Nibiru, you can still actually make plays by using Baron to summon something back from the graveyard. But this will be the end setup. This will be the end, and then in your opponent's draw phase. So you want to do it in the draw phase because if they try to negate this, you use Baron de Fleur's effect, and then in the standby phase you can use its effect to summon something back from the graveyard. So it's better to do in the draw phase. So you'll tribute Dynamondo, and then you will summon back Skull Guardian. Then that will trigger your low. So you'll summon back low, and then you'll trigger low's effect. Low will activate your trap card from from the deck. Right, low, trigger the trap card from the deck. So this is a number of disruptions, and since you have this on the field, you could actually summon Cerebus twice. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then if we use this effect to summon from the deck, then we have Cerebus has two disruptions. So during the main phase, we'll just use the effect, and we can send back the Saphira, no issues. Send back the Saphira, and then we can special summon. Then we can special summon Old Man Cerebus. Right, so we'll special summon Old Man Cerebus. Opponent does something, we chain, allowing us to special summon. Right, OG Cerebus, ignoring summoning conditions. So if they try to special summon something, like Synchro or Link, use the effect, return it to hand, so negate and banish. And then, as soon as they try to summon again, then we'll use our effect. And then if we've used Skull Guardian, we can simply just get rid of the low. Otherwise, we can just use Old Man in hand. Use Old Man, summon it back again. So then that's another negate of a summon, right? So you can also negate something like Diabolstar, because she's not an effect, she's an inherent summon. So you can negate that Diabolstar summon, or any Link or Synchro summon. So that is pretty strong, having like multiple interruptions. And if you can get another fairy out, you do have your Trias as well as disruption from the graveyard. So yeah, this is a very strong combo, and it's a nice deviation from what the deck can usually do, because typically it's like Skull Guardian and then like this on the field, and then this like face up. So yeah, so this version of the deck can actually do much more than that. And then Desparta's live as well, being able to shuffle these guys back. Yeah, you can shuffle them back, or next turn you can even special summon them again, and then you can make plays, more synchro plays. But yeah, if they can't break this field, then it's pretty much like GG. You've got like too much advantage for them to deal with, and too much negation on the field. Now this is a play you can do if you've got some spare hand traps, and you don't need to use your normal summon. Alright, so we'll just start off with this. Alright, so activate our continuous spell card, and then we'll search for low. And then we'll activate Saphira, send our ritual spell, add Skull Guardian to our hand. Now we'll banish Saphira, and then we will tribute low, summon Skull Guardian. So we'll go Guardian 1, low 2, low summons herself back. Then Guardian adds new Saphira from the deck to the hand. Next, we'll trigger low's effect. We'll activate the new continuous spell card from the deck. Right. So next, what you want to do is you want to normal summon one of your spare. Right, you want to normal summon one of your spare hand traps, and then you use it with Skull Guardian to make Baron de Fleur. Right, so you've got a negate on board now, and on summon you'll trigger this effect, and then you'll use low, and you'll summon new Saphira, and then you'll trigger her effect to draw 2 cards. Alright, and then discard 1 card. Alright, so the last thing you'll do is you'll use your effect, continuous spells effect, and then you'll add back your Skull Guardian. Alright, so we'll just set this, and then we'll end our turn. During the opponent's turn, right, as soon as they summon something, you can just trigger this effect, and then you'll tribute, and then you'll ritual summon your Skull Guardian. Right, so that'll allow you to trigger it and then trigger low. So we'll just go 1, 2, summon the low back, and then the Skull Guardian. And then the Skull Guardian can search for Cerebus. Right, then on the next chain, we will activate low, and then we will activate our trap card straight from the deck. Right, so this actually gives us more disruption. We can either use this to destroy a card the opponent controls, or we could use it to summon Old Man from the deck, and then we can special summon the other Cerebus from the deck to use its on-field effect as a negate. But yeah, so this gives you 2 Omni negates, 1 potential pop, or a summon negate, and then you also have this one in hand to protect Brawn from something like SP or whatever. So Brawn does also have some form of protection. And if you like, you could also use this to shuffle this back into the deck, and then summon Old Man. And then you could use Old Man to special summon this from the deck. So on the field, it discards opponent's 1 card from the opponent's hand if your opponent attacks something. Also, since you summon Skull Guardian with this, it can't be destroyed in battle. Not that matters too much because it's got 4100 attack. So yeah, having a random hand trap if you play Varon in the extra deck, thanks to this card, it allows you to actually still have your full combo with an extra negate on the field. It also acts like a part of the engine because if you get rid of this or this, then in the standby phase you could use its effect. Since it was ritual summon, you can summon this back, then you can trigger your low. So it does actually work with the engine on top of being a negate as well. So that's it for the video. If you like the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.